નમસ્કાર વિદ્યાર્થી મિત્રો. We have been already discussing about the acid, base and salt. In our previous lecture, we learned about the acid and base, and for the understanding of acid and base, we have already studied two theory. Number one is Lowry-Bronsted acid-base concept. So according to Lowry-Bronsted acid and base concept, what is acid and what is base? So acid is the substance. Acid is the substance which donate the H plus ion called acid, and base is the substance which accept the H plus ion called base. So Lowry and Bronsted provide the acid and base theory based on donate or acceptance of proton or H plus ion, right? So for that આપણે બે વસ્તુની વાત કરી હતી કે એમની અંદર અગર કોઈ બી એસિડ, if acid loses or donate H plus ion, it converted into its conjugated base. Acid after donating H plus ion, it converted into conjugated base, and while base is a substance which accepts, so after accepting the proton, base is converted into its conjugated acid. તો conjugated acid base જે પેર છે એમની ડિસ્કશન આપણે પ્રીવિયસ લેક્ચરની અંદર કરી હતી with the help of different type of pairs, right? After that આપણે વાત કરી હતી કે Lewis acid base concept. So to overcome the drawback of Lowry-Bronsted acid base concept, so according to Lowry acid base concept કે એમની અંદર those substance having H plus ion or those substance which donate the H plus ion, એવા સબસ્ટન્સો માટે જ ઓનલી આપણે એસિડ કે બેઝ કહી શકતા હતા. બટ એવા પણ સબસ્ટન્સ છે કે જે H plus ion કે H plus ion ડોનેટ નથી કરતા, સ્ટીલ they behave as an acid. So for that આપણે Lewis acid and base નો concept નો સ્ટડી કર્યો હતો. So according to Lewis acid and base theory, acid is the substance which accept the electron pair. Acid is the substance which accept the electron pair, and base is the substance which donate the electron pair. તો એમની અંદર આપણે ડિફરન્ટ એક્ઝામ્પલની અંદર એક્ઝામ્પલ લઈ અને આપણે વાત કરી હતી કે આપણે કેવા સબસ્ટન્સ છે, અથવા તો સબસ્ટન્સની અંદર એસિડ છે કે બેઝ, અથવા તો કોણ જે છે એ એસિડ તરીકે બિહેવ કરશે અને વિચ સબસ્ટન્સ બિહેવ એઝ એ બેઝ, એમની આપણે ડિસ્કશન કરી હતી. તો ફર્સ્ટ ઓફ ઓલ આપણે એવી વાત કરી હતી કે એમની અંદર આપણે બેઝ ડિફાઇન કરી લઈએ. બેઝ કેવી રીતે ડિફાઇન કરી શકીએ? તો જે સબસ્ટન્સ હોય ઓર કમ્પાઉન્ડ્સ હોય એની અંદર એટલીસ્ટ one electron pair or more than at least one electron pair or negative charge હોય તો behave as a Lewis base, right? Because they can donate the electron pair to others. So એટલી વાત આપણે previous lecture ની અંદર already કરી હતી. So today's lecture we are going to start another concept called conductors, non-conductors and electrolytes. So in this lecture we are going to study what is conductor, what is non-conductor and what is electrolyte, and what is the differentiation between among them. First of all, let us start with non-conductor. Already you heard this term in your previous standard also. So non-conductor are the substance which cannot transfer or conduct the electricity or electric current, called non-conductor. As we know that કે based on conductivity of the substance, we can divide it into three parts: conductors, non-conductor and semiconductor. Semiconductor no concept जैसे that is we will discuss in our higher standard, but in this lecture generally mainly we are focusing on non-conductor and conductors. So non-conductor, that are the substance which can transfer the electricity or electric current known as conductor. Suppose એમની અંદર all non-metal, plastics, rubbers, wood, etc. So these are the substance behave as a non-conductor because they do not conduct the electricity. But some compound also have some exception. So exception is, suppose if I say graphite. Graphite is the non-metal. As we know that graphite is a non-metal, but according to non-conductor કે જે non-metal છે which do not conduct the electricity, but here graphite is an exception. Graphite conduct the electricity due to the motion of free electron. It has conductivity. Now the question come into our mind: why some substance is a conduct the electricity and while other are not? Because of or due to the many reason. Among them, one reason is substance is conduct the electricity due to the free electron of motion or motion of free electron. Now the again question come into our mind: हमको कैसा पता चलेगा कि इसके अंदर फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन है और नहीं है? So for that question we can understand another concept. So if we look at all the metal have a tendency to donate electron easily. That means ionization energy of metal is very low. That means it can easily donate the electron. That means it can transfer electron freely. Freely means if some very few amount of energy if we provide, then electron transfer one atom to another atom. That means it can transfer free electron easily, right? So अगर જ્યારે પણ મેટલની વાત આપણે કરીએ તો મેટલની અંદર free electron से easily transform થઈ શકે છે. That is also we will discuss in specifically metal સાથે જ્યારે આપણે deal કરશું ત્યારે એમની discussion કરશું. But right now one of the reason for the conduct the electricity is due to motion of free electron. So if the molecule is conduct the electricity, one of the reason is motion of free electron, right? So this is the things about the non-metal, right? Non-metal are the substance which do not conduct the electricity, and among the example is non-metal, all the non-metal, but one of the exception, graphite is exception, plastic, rubber and woods, right? So non-conductor છે એ કેવી રીતે ઇલેક્ટ્રિસિટી જે છે કંડક્ટ નથી કરતા, અથવા તો why conductor is conduct the electricity, એમની ડિટેલની અંદર ડિસ્કશન આપણે હાયર સ્ટાન્ડર્ડની અંદર આવશું, એટ ધેટ ટાઈમ કરશું. બટ અહીંયા આપણે બેઝિક ઇન્ફોર્મેશન જોવાની છે કે નોન કંડક્ટર આપણે કોને કહીશું, એમના એક્ઝામ્પલ કયા કયા છે, અને એની અંદર અગર ઇફ ધ એક્સેપ્શન ઇઝ પ્રેઝન્ટ, રાઈટ? સો આ વાત કરીએ આપણે નોન કંડક્ટરની. નાવ લેટ અસ ડિસ્કસ અબાઉટ ધ કંડક્ટર. સો સિમિલરલી substance that are exhibit or shows conductivity or electric current are conductors. That means conductor are the substance, or we can say in another term also, those substance who conduct the electricity called conductors, right? કે જે પણ સંયોજનો હોઈ શકે એ પોઝિટિવ હોઈ શકે, નેગેટિવ પણ હોઈ શકે, રાઈટ, અને ન્યુટ્રલ પણ હોઈ શકે. તો એવા સબસ્ટન્સ કે જે ઇલેક્ટ્રિસિટી કન્ડક્ટ કરી શકે એ બધા સબસ્ટન્સને આપણે કહીશું કંડક્ટર. રાઈટ, હવે આપણે કંડક્ટરની અંદર પણ અલગ અલગ પાર્ટ પાડી દઈએ. એની અંદર નંબર 1 મેટલ કંડક્ટર. મેટલ કંડક્ટર. સો મેટલ કંડક્ટરનો મતલબ શું થશે કે હિયર conductor that exhibit conductivity due to the electron motion, for example all the metal, or generally આપણે કેવું હોય કે અગર કઈ મેટલ છે, which મેટલ છે સ્પેસિફિકલી પિરિયોડિક ટેબલની અંદર, તો એસ બ્લોક જનરલી ડી બ્લોકની અંદર જે બી મેટલો છે એ બધી જ જે છે એવું કહી શકીએ ઓલમોસ્ટ ઓલ ધી કન્ડક્ટ ધ ઇલેક્ટ્રિસિટી. રાઈટ, સો ઓલ ધી મેટલ જે છે જેટલી જ બધી મેટલો છે અને પિરિયોડિક ટેબલની અંદર મોસ્ટ ઓફ એલિમેન્ટ છે વિચ આર ધ મેટલ ફોર્મ. રાઈટ, એન્ડ અગર સિલ્વર માટે આપણે સ્પેસિફિકલી વાત કરીએ છીએ તો એના માટે કંડક્ટર જે છે તો એમની અંદર રેઝિસ્ટન્સ એ ડાયરેક્ટલી પ્રોપોર્શનલ ટુ temperature. That means if we increase the temperature, resistance also increases. And as we know that according to Ohm's law, if the resistance is increases, then the conductivity will be decreases. Right? But that is another aspect. Here, what things we should understand is in metallic conductor, the compound or specifically metal conduct the electricity due to the motion of free electron, because as we already discussed in our previous slides ke metal છે which can easily donate the electron, so the movement of electron in metallic state which will be easy, therefore they conduct the electricity. Right, so this is the things about the metal conductors. Now here the second category is ionic conductor. Now conductor ની અંદર પણ two category, metallic and non-metallic, metallic or ionic conductors, metallic conductors and ionic conductor. Here in the case of ionic conductor, due to the free ion of motion, they exhibit the conductivity. Based on their ability, there are two types of ionic conductor. Again, જેમ ડિસ્કશન કરી રહ્યા એમ કે મેટાલિક કંડક્ટરની અંદર જે કંડક્ટિવિટી શો થાય છે because of motion of free electron, while in the case of ionic conductor the conductivity is exhibit due to the free ion of motion. That means we can say that ionic conductivity is shown due to the motion of ions, not electrons. If the conductivity shows due to the free electron, then આપણે એમને મેટાલિક કંડક્ટરની અંદર એન્ટર કરી દઈશું. But if the conductivity shows due to the ionic motion, or here the word free ion of motion, તો એને આપણે કહીશું આયનિક કંડક્ટર. વાય? બીકોઝ એની અંદર જે કંડક્ટિવિટી શો થાય છે એ આયન્સની અંદર આઈધર પોઝિટિવ ઓર નેગેટિવ. બીકોઝ જ્યારે પણ આપણે ડિસ્કશન કરશું તો ઓલવેઝ મેક્સિમમ કેસની અંદર પોઝિટિવ એન્ડ નેગેટિવ આયન જે છે શુડ બી ઇન બેલેન્સ ફોર્મ. ધેટ મીન્સ બેલેન્સ જે છે એ હોવા જોઈએ. રાઈટ, નાઉ અગેન ionic conductivity is divided into again three types. Let us understand. First of all, ionic conductor also divide into two parts. Ionic conductors is also divide into two parts. One of this is strong electrolyte and another is weak electrolyte. Now what is the difference between strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte? So the strong electrolyte conductors that are totally ionized in the aqueous solution called strong electrolyte. So what is the meaning of totally ionized in aqueous solution? Now suppose if we take one example, suppose first of all we take 1 mole of H2SO4, right? If 1 mole of H2SO4, if we dissolve in water, or if we dissolve in water, right? After dissolving 1 mole of H2SO4, it will convert it into ionic form. That means convert it into ion, positive and negative ion. While H2SO4 is dissociated to convert H plus ion and HO4 minus ion, right? હવે ડિસોસિએશન કઈ રીતે થાય એ પણ આપણે જોઈશું. તો તમારે શું કરવાનું છે કે જેટલા પણ કમ્પાઉન્ડ હોય એમાંથી H પ્લસ અગર રિલીઝ થઈ શકતો હોય તો H પ્લસ અને બાકીનો જે પોર્શન છે that will become anion. તો here જે બી કોન્સેપ્ટ આપણે સમજવાનો છે એ એટલો છે કે 1 મોલ ઓફ H2SO4 ને જ્યારે આપણે વોટરની અંદર ડિસોલ્વ કરશું તો એની અંદર બધા જ જે છે આફ્ટર ડિસોલ્વિંગ in water it will convert it into cation and anion. All this suppose 1 mole લીધા હતા તો આની અંદર પણ ડિસોલ્વ પણ કેટલા થઈ જશે 1 mole, અને after dissociating and dissolving it will convert it into ionic form. Ionic form means ionize. So here જ્યારે પણ એ સ્લોલી જ્યારે પણ એમનું આયનાઇઝેશન કમ્પ્લીટ થઈ જશે, આફ્ટર ધેટ એની અંદર 1 મોલ ઓફ H plus present હશે and 1 mole of HSO present હશે. That means in short કે strong electrolyte means કે કોઈ બી સબસ્ટન્સ હશે એમને જ્યારે આપણે વોટરની અંદર ડિસોલ્વ કરીએ, જ્યારે પણ વોટરની અંદર આપણે શું કરીએ ડિસોલ્વ કરીએ, that means after dissolving it will convert it into 100% ionic compound. So that is known as strong electrolyte, right? Now what is the difference between conductor, non-conductor and electrolyte? So conductor, suppose specifically metal, if we talk about metal તો એમની અંદર આપણે solution બનાવવાની જરૂર નથી. As such form ની અંદર they can conduct the electricity, while in the form if we use word electrolyte then the solution should be required, and in this solution different ion is present. So due to the ion it will conduct the electricity. So this is the basic difference between electrolyte and specifically જ્યારે આપણે વાત કરતા હોઈએ કોઈ બી મેટલ ફોર્મની અંદર ઇલેક્ટ્રિસિટી જ્યારે કંડક્ટ થાય ત્યારની વાત છે, રાઈટ? બટ એનીવે here what is the meaning of strong electrolyte is after dissolving in water converted into 100% ion called strong electrolyte. And strong electrolyte means the ionization of strong electrolyte is 100%. કેટલું થશે 100%, right? This is the things you can keep in your mind. Here the strong electrolyte જ્યારે એમનું સોલ્યુશન બનાવશો તો ડિસોલ્વ થશે, or after dissolving or entering the aqueous solution it will convert it into ionic compounds. Suppose અહીંયા આપણે એક્ઝામ્પલ આપેલા છે Na+, KCl etc. But again strong electrolyte can be divided into another 3 types. Number 1 is strong acid. Strong acid is H2SO4, HCl, HNO3, HClO4, HBr and H. I, right? Now હવે આપણને કઈ રીતે ખબર પડે સર કે આ એસિડ છે બેઝ છે? સો એસિડ બેઝ જે છે which is already we have been discussed in our previous lecture. So we can say acid in the basis of Arrhenius theory also. We can say Lori-Bronsted according to Lori-Bronsted concept also, and we can say also with the help of Lewis acid base concept, right? So here you can see in all the example H2SO4, HCl, HNO3, HClO4, Hi and HBr. So in all the case they can donate the proton according to Lori-Bronsted concept. The substance which donate the proton known as acid or donate the H plus ion. So you can see here in all the case they can donate H plus ion or proton, right? So that is why આપણે એમને કહીએ acid. But why strong acid? Because whenever we dissolve in water or aqueous medium, at that time it will convert it into ions, or a પણ 100% amount ની અંદર, or ionization should be 100%, right? So that is why આપણે એમને કઈ કેટેગરીની અંદર રાખ્યો તો? સ્ટ્રોંગ ઇલેક્ટ્રોલાઇટ. સ્ટ્રોંગ મીન્સ 100% આયોનાઇઝેશન થશે, રાઈટ? After that, strong base. So again, base is a substance which can donate OH minus or hydroxide ion according to Arrhenius theory. તો એને આપણે બેઝ કરીએ. So you can say here KOH, NaOH, barium hydroxide, cesium hydroxide, rubidium hydroxide, or we can say KOH, NaOH, BaOH twice, CHOH, RbOH, etc. So strong means again ionization should be 100%. But whenever if we dissolve KOH in water, so 100% converted into its ion. Here the ion will become 4 in KOH. Whenever we dissolve in water, at that time it will convert K plus ion and OH minus ion, but it will dissociate into 100%. So that is why આપણે એમને જે કેટેગરીમાં રાખ્યા છે that is electrolyte, strong electrolyte. And base, why base specifically? As we know that base we can say in the sense of all the three theories. ત્યાર પછી all salt also એમની અંદર એક્ઝામ્પલ આપેલા છે NaCl, KCl and copper sulfate. That things, or this is the example we should remember right now. We should remember same example જ્યારે આપણે હાયર સ્ટાન્ડર્ડની અંદર આવશું. So at that time same example તમારે આવશે. So if you understand right now, so at that time you can understand in better way also, right? So આ દરમિયાન આપણે અત્યારે એક્ઝામ્પલ છે એ આપણે રિમેમ્બર કરવાના છે. So salt ની અંદર NaCl, KCl and copper sulfate. So you can see we cannot place in acid in base category. So that is why salt એમની અંદર NaCl, KCl and copper sulfate. So this is the category of strong electrolyte. Now let us discuss the weak electrolytes. So what is weak electrolytes? That means ionic conductor that are partially ionized in aqueous solution called weak electrolyte. So partially means what it means. So if we take one example, HCN is weak electrolyte or weak acid. So after dissolving in water, it will convert it into H plus and Cn minus. But very few amount of, suppose if we take 1 mole of HCN, then very few amount of the molecule of HCN will convert it into H plus and Cn minus. Not majority, it is like strong electrolyte. Very few amount of HCN will convert it into H plus and Cn minus ion. So this is the just one example. So we can apply same concept for all the weak electrolytes. So weak electrolyte means the ionization of compound will be very low. કેવું હશે? Very low, or that is why we can say it's weak electrolyte. મેક્સિમમ કેસની અંદર આયનાઇઝેશન જે છે એ કેવું થશે? વેરી લો. ઓર વીક ઇલેક્ટ્રોલાઇટ, the value of alpha is less than 1. Now what is alpha? Let us try to understand. Alpha is degree of dissociation. Alpha is indicate degree of dissociation, right? Suppose if we take one example, HCN. Suppose if we take HCN, so after dissociation matlab converted into ion. રાઈટ. સો ફોર વીક ઇલેક્ટ્રોલાઇટની અગર આપણે વાત કરીએ તો આની અંદરથી કેટલા અમાઉન્ટની અંદર H+ અને Cn- ઓર આયનની અંદર કન્વર્ઝન થશે, જેને કહીશું ડિગ્રી ઓફ ડિસોસિએશન. સો એ જ કમ્પાઉન્ડ છે, અથવા તો આપણે વાત કરીએ કે સ્ટ્રોંગ ઇલેક્ટ્રોલાઇટ અને વીક ઇલેક્ટ્રોલાઇટ, તો એની અંદર ડિગ્રી ઓફ ડિસોસિએશન કેવા છે? ડિફરન્ટ. સો if we take strong electrolyte, so alpha, the value of degree of dissociation is greater than 1. But if we take weak electrolyte, so the degree of dissociation will be less than 1. So any discussion આપણે higher standard ની અંદર કરશું, but right now degree of dissociation means total number of molecule is dissociated, or we can say કે કેટલા આયનની અંદર ડિસોસિએશન થાય છે અને ટોટલ આપણે કેટલા લીધેલા છે એનો રેશિયો લઈ લઈએ તો આપણને ડિગ્રી ઓફ ડિસોસિએશન મળી જાય. રાઈટ. સો આ વાત થઈ ડિગ્રી ઓફ ડિસોસિએશનની. હવે વીક ઇલેક્ટ્રોલાઇટ, અગેન આપણે વીક એસિડની વાત કરીએ. ધેટ મીન્સ એસિડ મીન્સ ઇટ વિલ ડોનેટ H+ આયન, રાઈટ. સો એમની અંદર HCN, CH3COOH acetic acid, HCOOH called formic acid, H2CO3 called carbonic acid, H3PO3 called phosphorus acid, H3PO2 means phosphinic acid, BaOH twice orthoboric acid, right? So all these are example of weak electrolyte. Why weak electrolyte? So it will not easily converted into ion. That means very few amount ની અંદર ion જે છે એ આપણને મળશે whenever we dissolve in water, right? So these are the example of weak acid. Now let us discuss weak base. Here HCN તમે કટ કરી નાખજો because it is weak acid. After that copper hydroxide, zinc hydroxide and FeOH thrice and aluminum OH thrice, all are the example of weak base. So weak base means it will not easily converted into its ion whenever we dissolve in water, right? So these are the example of weak acid and weak base. So अभी हमको इसको याद रखना पड़ेगा. So this is the things about the strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. But if you want to see in a broad way, so how we can see? Let us try to understand. Suppose any compounds compound can be divided into two parts. Number one is non-conductor, Non-conductor means they do not conduct the electricity. And conductors. So again, conductor is divided into two parts. Conductor is due to the free electron. Right, conductor is due to the free electron. And if we see the example of free electron ની અંદર specifically all the metal. But if conductor is due to ionic compound or due to the ion, again divided into two parts. One is strong electrolyte and another is weak electrolytes. Again, strong electrolyte divided into three parts. One is strong acid, base and salt. એના આપણે with example આપણે discussion કરી હતી હર એકની અંદર, right? So again, weak electrolyte is same divided into three parts. One is acid, another is base and again salt. But if weak electrolyte and acid in the form, so we can say weak acid, weak base and weak salt. Here the electrolyte is strong, then we can say strong acid, strong base and strong acid. So what is the difference between strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte is the ionization of strong electrolyte is 100%, while in the case of weak electrolyte the ionization of the compound is very low, right? So these are the things about the non-conductor and conductors. So conductor, again conductivity is due to the free electron in all the metals, and conductivity is due to the ion. So ion again is divided into two parts, strong electrolytes and weak electrolyte. Again, strong electrolyte we can divide into three parts, or based on the compound we can divide it strong acid, strong base and salt. Again, weak electrolyte is divided into three parts, weak acid, weak base and weak salt, right? So આ આપણે વાત કરી કંડક્ટર, નોન કંડક્ટર, અને ત્યાર પછી ઓર બી એક કેટેગરી આવે છે સેમી કંડક્ટર. સો એમની ડિસ્કશન આપણે હાયર સ્ટાન્ડર્ડની અંદર કરશું, રાઈટ? હવે આપણે આગળ વધીએ. That is also very very important concept called pH scale or Sorensen scale. So something you already learnt in your previous standard. What is pH? If I ask what is pH, so you can say, or we can say simply, pH is nothing but the concentration of hydrogen ion. pH is nothing but the concentration of hydrogen ion or hydronium ion. So what is the difference between hydrogen ion and hydronium ion? So એમની ડિસ્કશન આપણે ઓલરેડી જ્યારે લોરી એસિડ બેઝ કોન્સેપ્ટની અંદર કરી હતી, તો એ દરમિયાન વાત કરી હતી કે whenever After that, next topic known as pH scale or Sorensen scale. So first of all, what is pH? pH is nothing but the concentration of hydrogen ion in the solution. That means pH is measure the power of hydrogen ion concentration or hydronium ion concentration, which is first observed by Sorensen in 1909. Okay, he demonstrated one term called pH, and pH is nothing but power of hydronium ion. Okay, and what is the scale of pH is, if we see in this slide, so we can see in this slide the range of pH is 0 to 40. The range of pH is 0 to 14. If the pH is less than 7, here we can divide solution into three parts. If the pH is less than 7, then the solution will become acidic. Second one, if the pH is greater than 7, then the solution will become basic. And third category, if pH is equal to 7, then the solution will become neutral. So how it will, we can define, we can say here, at the pH is 7, then the concentration of H plus ion and OH minus ion both are equal. You can say here, if the concentration is different, hydrogen and OH minus ion, then the pH also different, right? So from this slide, what we can understand is the scale of pH is 0 to 14. If the pH is less than 7, then the solution will become acidic, and pH is greater than, then the solution will become basic, and if the pH is 7, then the solution will become neutral. Now, if we understand this slide, so according to Sorensen term, the negative logarithm ion or negative logarithm of concentration of H3O plus or H plus. So these things we already studied in Arrhenius theory, Lowry-Bronsted theory, right? What is the Lowry-Bronsted theory? According to Lowry-Bronsted acid-base concept, if acid is a compound which produces H plus ion, but it is present in water, at that time it combined with water to produce H3O plus. We already discussed because of the many reason, right? So હવે આપણે એવું પણ કહી શકીએ H3O plus is nothing but hydronium ion, and H plus is known as hydrogen ion, right? तो સોલ્યુશન ની અંદર H3O plus or H plus ની જે concentration છે એને મેજર કરીએ જેને કહીશું pH, and pH is always taken based on the 10 is called, suppose આપણે H પણ લઈએ તો એ દરમિયાન આપણે 10 ના બેઝિસ પર લેવાના છે. આપણે H plus ની concentration લઈએ તો આપણે અગર pH scale measure કરવો છે તો we can define with the help of OH minus ion also. So OH minus is nothing but the power of hydroxyl ion concentration. If we measure H plus ion concentration, then we can call pH, and if we measure OH minus ion concentration, then we can call POH, right? Now suppose what is the difference between pH and POH? So always in solution pH is equal to POH is equal to 7. Suppose આપણે water માટે વાત કરીએ, always generally pH POH is equal to કેટલા થશે? से 1 राइट। तो अगर આપણે બંનેને કમ્બાઈન કરી દઈએ તો pH plus POH is equal to will become 40 right. So in water pH is equal to POH right. So with the help of the value of pH and OH we can calculate the concentration of any solution, and if concentration of solution is given then we can find the pH of the solution. Here you can see if the pH is less than 7 then POH કેટલા થઈ જશે greater than 7, then the solution will become acidic right. And if the pH is greater than 7 and pH is less than 7 then the solution will become basic. If the pH is 7 then pOH is 7 then the solution will become neutral. So this thing we can see in this slide also. So we can see here the concentration of OH minus ion is given here and the pH is given here. So we can see if the concentration is 10 raised to power minus 2 then the pH will become 2. So if you want to find the pH then we can find minus log 10 concentration of H plus ion, and if you want to find POH concentration then it is also minus log 10 basis and concentration of OH minus ion right. So with the help of two example we can find the, if the concentration is given then we can find the pH. If concentration of OH minus is given then we can find the POH value. So pH અને POH કઈ રીતે find out કરી શકીએ એમનો સ્ટડી આપણે આગળના સ્ટાન્ડની અંદર કરશું, બટ ધીસ ઇઝ ધ બેઝિક થિંગ્સ આપણે અંડરસ્ટેન્ડ થવી જોઈએ. સો here you can see કે if the concentration of H plus and OH minus is equal then the pH of both at that time pH of hydrogen ion and pH of OH minus ion will become 7. So at that time solution will become neutral right. And neutral નીચેની જે pH છે मतलब अगर આપણે OH minus ion ની concentration ની વાત કરીએ or H plus ની respect ની વાત કરીએ, but if we talk about pH then the pH is less than 7 then the solution will become, and the pH is greater than 7 then the solution will become basic, and the pH is 7 then the solution will become neutral. So we can see in this scale also right. So this is the thing about the pH right. Now pH કઈ રીતે કેલ્ક્યુલેશન કરવી, POH કઈ રીતે કેલ્ક્યુલેશન કરવી એમનો સ્ટડી આપણે આગળના સ્ટાન્ડર્ડની અંદર અભ્યાસ કરીશું રાઈટ. ઓકે.